Hey there, welcome to That Classic Rock Show, and we have Erode the Dream.
Hey now.
That's
Erode
right.
the Dream.
And so I've got a couple of members that are up here that were up here before. And, one question I have was there a new sound or some interesting sound that was put on this latest record?
So I think we're pushing a little bit more of a. I mean, we have a lot. This record right
For the
here?
new songs
or the
we're
new
writing.
songs.
We're working
On
on
any of the songs,
Oh.
was there a particular pedal, or was there a
Oh, wow.
particular sound, or guitar, or some kind of
I'll let Ryan go on that one first.
ethereal kind of sound that might have been in there?
Could be good to know who.
So I guess
Who are you? I mean,
both
what
of
you
us
doing
use like a stereo setup
band.
where our amps are in stereo with effects pedals that are stereo. I also run a dry signal as well, so adding a lot of ambient effects and so it doesn't get lost and everything. I mean, there's a lot of that ambient reverse guitars. There's a lot of lead solos Ryan's doing the whole time. Just a lot of distortion as well. Go ahead, Ryan.
Yeah, I mean, if you technically want to know what we use, I can tell you, but I mean, I don't think anybody else really cares, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, we use a lot of delays, a lot of reverbs. We use Strymon timeline, Strymon Big Sky. Those are our main like reverbs and delays. We also have a couple Boss delays. You have the Infinite Granite,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So I use that more like a weird noise between sets.
Kind of
so,
just like it's like a freeze almost.
Yeah, Mauricio uses a lot of vocal effects live as well, so you could probably talk about that. He uses a dry, like a clean mic, and then a distorted / effects mic, and so he blends all those live as well. So
Well,
maybe
being the vocals my instrument, I really like to filter it through effects.
Yeah.
And I started using, I used it for a long time, the Chaos Pad 3. You can just move parametrically the effects. But now we changed for a special vocals pedal.
It's a Boss pedal that has like some built-in presets that Mauricio's tailored to what he wants it to sound like. It's just more like the signal that it gives to the front of house is so much stronger, and it gives like a
Because
like,
it's especially for vocals.
Right, for vocals.
So, and the main effects, I love a delay. I love delay and flanger. I use it a couple times.
A lot of reverbs, sure.
Exactly.
I feel like as a vocalist, and I'm not one, but my go-to is always reverb and delay. I always feel like it makes me sound better.
Yeah,
like
absolutely,
keep the
yeah.
tail of the phrase or something.
There's a
repeating
funny
that. I
story.
love
So
that
we
part.
record most of our stuff, like this whole album with Eric Rickard out at Big Animal Studios. That's Eric Bass from Shinedown Spot out in Charleston. The funny part when we're recording vocals, Eric's always trying to coach Mauricio to give him a performance or something. Well, Mauricio actually gives the effect with his voice, what he wants it to sound like, and then Eric's like, okay, well, I don't have to do any effects now because he just did it like in the vocal instead of just giving me a vocal and adding the effects. Here to give it to me, so it makes his life easier in some aspect, but then also it's like we're trying to match things up, so sometimes it's hard to do. But yeah, last time we were recording, he was like, make it. It was the part that it was like in the background you were singing.
Yep.
You made it sound like you were in the other room, but you were in the same room that you were in. He was like, "What the heck did he just do?" I was like, "All right,
Yeah,
I'll just leave it like that."
You know what? I'm glad that you guys got together with Eric Rickard on
Oh, I
it.
love Eric.
Dude, he is a great, recording engineer. I remember years and years and years ago, long time ago, that me and the guys at the time, I was playing bass in this band called Wicked Love, and he did a really great job on a lot of those recordings.
His big thing with this with Neon Nightmares, he actually helped co-produce it. Like he brought ideas to the.
Oh, yeah.
He brought like we had a piano, a xylophone. Steve played some like tom, like
Cellos.
rototom drums. We had a cello. We recorded a bunch of ambient noises outside of the property we were at. Bunch of acoustic guitar Dickie had to play.
And how's that studio now since
my
they
God.
moved? They moved it from, I think, what used to be right near like the Bohemian Bowl.
Yeah, so it was Ocean Industries back in the day. And
Yeah.
then they moved it. I can't tell you where it's at, but
Of course.
it's
Right.
it's a lot smaller, but I think they had a lot more space than they actually needed previously. So they're making the same great sounds. Any Shinedown record that you've heard is made in that studio.
Oh yeah, fully aware of that.
So it's like all the new songs they just put out is from there. So it's just like there's some creative energy in there as well that you kind of can pull from as well. I think it's a great spot. Very lucky that we actually are able to use that space. A lot of bands. I mean, but like what Steve was saying in the first segment, we recorded our first single in a daycare with our own stuff. No technical help from anybody else. We just recorded everything, all the drums separately, all the other guitars, vocals tracked, and then the middle part of the song when it gets quiet, it's literally Mauricio singing in a hallway, and we just recorded the hallway. So it's practical.
Now, I've got a question for Mauricio here. Now, I was talking to you earlier off camera, and you said you're from Colombia, South America.
Yeah.
And did you move here just to join this band, or have you been here for a long time and been in other bands?
No, this is my first band here. I used to be obviously in Colombia, like several bands.
Drew.
And were they always like rock bands?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, rock bands. There's
Industrial. What are you
Cosmic
talking
Drama, Droom, a couple of Metallica tributes, and
And you did a lot of these in English or in Spanish?
both.
Okay.
I mean, depending on the song. Actually, we have one Spanish song
Right.
in
So
that
we
album.
were
depending on-
recording or we were writing songs for this first album, and I was like, hey man, just do a song in Spanish. I mean, well, might as well. That's your native tongue. I might as well.
Sometimes the creativity or the lyrics just lands in your head. Let's say in Spanish. It's
Yeah.
like, no, let's write in English. No, it's already
Yeah.
born
No. It's no.
You know,
in
and
Spanish. So
I've had people ask me before, when I listen to music, like, do I really pay attention to what the lyrics are? And honestly, I don't. I actually listen a lot to I listen to a lot of the tone and timbre and notes more than I do actually the lyrics. So a lot of times I'm fond of like listening to somebody in a different language doing it, because honestly there's probably a lot of songs that are in English that I couldn't even really tell you what the lyrics were. I just knew the melody because of the notes that are being sung.
It was funny recording the vocals for that Spanish song. Rickard was like, you're gonna have to tell me where he's at in this song because I have no idea what he's saying. I was like, okay, well, just it goes down and it just repeats.
Yeah, we
and
had
this
the
and
lyrics
that.
printed out. And
Yeah,
everything
so Eric's like,
on
is that?
Dolby.
And so I couldn't give him any notes about the pronunciation because I have no clue. But like English words, I can be like, hey, try this instead.
But also, I think the cool thing about that song, Vagabundo, is that we had Becca
Yep.
from the band Husbands come in, and she sings backup behind Mauricio, all in Spanish as well.
Right, so that was the hardest part, finding a female vocalist who can sing in English and in Spanish to help us with these songs.
Is there a lot of females that are here in Charleston that can sing in Spanish, or might have
I think there are. They're just, it's hard to nail them down to actually match our sound.
John found her in Colombia,
Yeah, South Carolina.
South Carolina.
So I was
about an hour away from here.
Yeah, I was friends with her in I knew them together. They're a husband-wife band, and so I just put it out there, and she's like, "Yeah, I could probably do it." And so I sent her the scratch song. She's like, "Okay, send me the lyrics, and we'll work on it that way." And then she came down, really recorded in Eric's house because the studio was being used, and it sounds amazing. I mean, it adds so much of a layer to the songs. She's on 2 of the songs.
I loved how it's noticeable her English accent singing in Spanish. It's very exotic, very
Right. He was saying, yeah, she's singing Spanish, but it sounds like an English person to sing, which is
With an English accent.
Yeah. I didn't put it together until he said that. I was like, man, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah.
It's a good combination.
Yeah, a lot of words in that song, so I'm glad she nailed it.
Now, is there going to be anything particularly noticeable with your upcoming show that maybe has been different from your other shows?
I mean, just really the music farm being bigger, right?
Yeah, just a bigger venue.
These guys always complain about us stage left taking up too much room on the stage, so we'll see if we can get those guys to scoot around a little bit.
Yeah.
It's a nice room. I was
yeah.
actually in there about a couple days ago watching The Descendants.
Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
With my friend John Picard, who I love hanging out with. He gives me a real punk rock, education. And, I was down there at the pit, or at least the little, the ground part, and there was like people mosh pitting, and I'm like, oh, wow. So do you expect
we still do it.
similar things happening out in the crowd? What is your favorite crowd moment that you've seen so far? I'm sure there's been something.
Go ahead, man.
Just seeing all the people. I mean,
Yeah.
honestly, like,
There's a part in Witchery that always catches people off guard.
because there's a pause.
there's a pause in the song, and then there's a solo right after it, and everyone's like, "Yeah, that was," and then, "Oh, the solo! Hold on, what am I doing here?"
Yeah, so that's always fun to get people with that one.
So
In the Pentagram concert, I felt the people were very
responsive.
responsive.
yeah, when we
exactly,
played with that
very
band
important.
Pentagram a couple months
Yeah.
ago, and it was insane.
It's that guy. If
Yeah.
you don't know Pentagram, I had to be educated on
Crazy
this.
eyes. That's
He's
what
like he's significantly older.
he's old as hell. Well,
And-
he got no teeth.
Yeah, and his hair goes like this with the fan, and he does this weird eye thing. That's probably what I'm going to end up looking like when I'm older.
So yeah, we do a lot of social media. So we actually had to film a reel to give away tickets, and we utilized his meme like eyes. So everyone else in the band was doing the meme eyes, and then it was me just talking about the
That's
show.
fine. Yeah.
Now, Ryan, got a big question for you because I
Sure.
know you're a guitar player. I'm a guitar player too. So, what I'd like to ask you is there anything on this album or anything that y'all are playing together? What is your favorite solo? Do you have a favorite, or is it another one of these? That's like asking my kids which one I like more.
Yeah. Which one of my kids? Yeah.
I mean, I can say my favorite right now is "Burn My Shadows." That one.
Oh, on the upcoming record, yeah. Yeah, so I've gotten a little more experimental in utilizing tricks and stuff like that on the upcoming album. But out of the release stuff, I don't know. I like what I do on Vagabundo. That's fun. I use the whammy pedal on Witchery in like a kind of like a tribute to Tom Morello. It's like me doing like a small version of what he does, and then I don't know. I think my favorite would probably have to be the solo on Becoming Ghosts.
Okay.
I don't know. It's a kind of like a I don't know. It's a lot of tremolo picking, a lot of wah. You can hear different people that I'm inspired by in that solo. So yeah. I think that would probably be my favorite child so far.
Do you ever feel like when you're in the studio, and this has happened to me before, as a lead guitar player, where they say, "Go ahead, let's record it," and then you hit it, and you're like, "Ugh, it's not like I want it, or it's not as good as I want it to be," and then you do like 3 or 4 or 5, 6, 7 takes, and then the engineer looks at you and you're like, "Man, the first one was like the best one." Like, well, I don't know what you were thinking, like.
I
You ever get like that? Because I had that
Yes.
to me one time.
Our big thing is I try to prepare him, and we try to record scratch tracks before we get there, so he has a feel of where things will go, and so it doesn't
we
catch
like to
him
be
off guard.
prepared and well versed when we're going in.
So yeah,
We do a lot of pre-production.
There was a lot of re-recording of solos, especially of these new songs that aren't even out yet. That we came back to it and did it again. So.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
another one of my favorite solos, again, will be on, our upcoming album. Yeah, I just
Burn My Shadows is good.
that one's good, but the one on Arise as well
Arise, yes.
is one I like a lot.
And Eric's helped us mold and make these songs more than they are. So we'll present him with an idea, and like we have a song that he literally like rewrote,
Restructured, yeah.
restructured everything. We're like, okay,
That's
well, we
the
don't even know how to play this song, but okay.
That's the great thing about Eric Rickard is that you go in there as a band, and then you end up with like an extra bandmate, like in the process.
Yeah, he's
And-
definitely the sixth member.
Yeah, and you get to a point where you're like, sometimes he'll bring up something and you go, "Oh yeah, like that's pretty cool. All right," and then you might have to switch up the song a little bit.
Like the drums on Pink Rope. Mauricio, talk about that. The Sepultura
the
style.
intro?
Yeah, the intro.
Pink Rope. Someone actually, he's very big fan of Sepultura, and he said like, "Oh, that intro, the guitar part sounds like Arise from Sepultura." So that
Slipknot.
gave us, and mostly Steve, an idea to give it very like tribal intro, kind of drum in part, jungle thing. So that was an idea from Eric. I
So yeah, he brought these
Sepultura
crazy
as well.
drums in. And maybe those were his marching
And
drums
being
or
Eric
something.
being a drummer
Yeah,
himself.
yeah.
Exactly.
He's
So
like,
yeah.
I got these in storage. I'm gonna go bring them for next time you're here. Like, okay,
Yeah,
that's
so
cool.
we have marching drums, and Steve's in there, playing all these toms.
Push
and
Steve
stuff.
to do that live. He loves that. He's like, what did I do again? I was like, I don't know. I don't play drums.
Well, we're kind of coming up to a wrap here.
Yeah, wrap it
and
up.
was there anything that you guys wanted to say to the camera and let the fans and the audience know about the upcoming show, the album, anything?
So Music Farm, August 21st. Again, we play first, so we're at 8 o'clock. A bunch of other great bands. You can catch us erodethedream.com. We're on Spotify, all the streaming services.
Apple Music,
YouTube, TikToks. We're on
Yeah.
everything. So you can see some crazy videos on Instagram. We post a lot of stuff on TikTok before it's on the Instagram as well.
You can get our merch from our website.
Yeah,
you can get our
erodethedream.com's got
albums.
merch. My son just made a T-shirt that he's trying to sell, so maybe you can see him at the next show selling merch for us. He's 10 years old, but he thinks he knows how to sell merch.
Yeah.
We'll see how it goes. But yeah, everything's great. Pick up an album. We actually have CDs as well for people that don't like vinyl, which is weird, but
I mean,
That will be a great show.
I'd
great
say it's
show.
going to be a great show. We got a great lineup, great
August
bands.
21st. Thoroughfare, Ugly Poets, Never Any Ordinary, and us, Erode the Dream.
Excellent. Well, this is Erode the Dream, and we are That Classic Rock Show. So be sure to tune in, check these guys out, make sure to make it to the show, and we'll see you next time.
Road
Yeah.
the dream.